Hey guys, thank you for being here. Back again with the Nerd Doctors. Today we're going to be reviewing Top Gun, which before we start, I just want a small side note here. So the night that we went to go watch it, that day actually, Griffin was like, I don't know if you remember this conversation, Griff. You're like, my dad saw it. He says it's better than the original.
Oh yeah.
That stuck with me the entire rest of the freaking day. I just kept saying, better than the original, huh? All right, let's check this out. So we actually, I told Griffin, I was like, oh, actually, my wife and I have tickets tonight. So we saw it. Oh my God. I didn't even say this about the Batman movie. I know it's very early on in the year so far, but best movie I've seen so far. Seriously.
It was good.
Yeah. I mean, God, that movie was good. Tom Cruise is fantastic in this movie. The rest of the cast is great. Oh, by the way, Jennifer Connelly's character is canon to the original. One of the first scenes where he's being lectured by an admiral, they actually bring up you were goofing around with an admiral's daughter. That's Jennifer Connelly's character's father in all of this, so she is canon too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all whatsoever. I was so lost of who the hell this character was and why I was supposed to care about her.
But yeah, my wife was like, "Who's this bitch? Like, where did she come from?" And I was like, after the movie was over and everything, I explained to her. I was like, actually, and I showed her the clip on YouTube. I was like, see here where he's being lectured, where he was like, oh, so yeah, so flying over some towers at top speed and goofing around with an admiral's daughter. He says the last name, and that's Jennifer Connelly's character's name in the movie. So she is canon. They
Oh.
didn't just bring up some brand new love interest that because a lot of people felt like, where the hell did this come from? It's actually canon.
This movie was very good. I did not go in with high expectations. This movie surpassed everything. It was a lot. I think it was a lot better than the first one. Controversially, I didn't like the first one too much. I thought the story was a bit lacking, but Top Gun Maverick had a great story, great characters, and watching the dynamic of going from rooting for the student against the teacher to then now having Tom Cruise be the teacher against the students and rooting for Tom Cruise's character. It was a bit of a change, and I was all for it. It was so much fun. That's all. That's the only way I can really describe this movie as fun.
I agree with you 110%, man. I mean, when you told me, when Griff said, my dad says it's better than the original, I was like, well, shit. What, original movie has a sequel that the movie that it's better than the original? I mean, like, I can't think of one. It's very, it almost never happens. And I walked out of there thinking, damn it, this was so much better than the original. Uh, we're not going to dive into spoilers or anything, but there's a particular character from the original movie, Ice, played by Val Kilmer. And it's very easy to completely fuck up a movie with nostalgia bombs and make it just cheesy and not authentic. Here, what they did with that character, the way they paid homage to it, the way they, you know, pay tribute to the character, it was done in such a way that I was like, damn it, man, that that is so cool. So to have seen that the way they did it, because it could have just been complete cheese. It could have just, uh, but the way it was handled, it was heartwarming, man. Because you care and you feel about these characters, and you're like, oh man, these two guys hated each other in the
Yeah.
original, and now one of them looks after the other. It's heartwarming. So that to me was just very endearing.
Yeah, I was also a bit worried they would just do a bunch of references to the original, trying to pull off the nostalgia, because this is a movie made 40 years ago, a little bit over 40 years ago. Making a sequel now seems a bit odd. It's just
Yeah,
trying to get some money on a dying franchise. They didn't do that. They had good references to the original movie, and they showed the scene just so everyone was on the same page, and they did it, as Edward said, very well. They took their time with this movie, and they made sure everything counted and everything worked so a new audience could come in and also enjoy the movie, while the previous and older audience can still enjoy the movie as well.
yeah. One of the things they did so well was that pay tribute to the audience that saw the original and then welcome new audience, without making it feel like too much of an explanation or just to bombard with a lot of nostalgia bombs. There's a character in there who's the son of one of the original characters played by Miles Teller, and damn it, that kid's fantastic in everything he does, man. He
Yeah.
was Elvis too. He was almost Elvis, but which is funny because Austin Butler almost played the part that Miles Teller plays here, and Miles Teller almost played Elvis, so that would have
Oh
been
wow.
really cool. But the kid's great, man. I mean, there's a scene in there, I swear to God, where the kid looks exactly like Goose in the original. I mean, I think you know what scene I'm talking. I mean, he looks. I'm looking at the scene. The kid's playing the piano. I'm like, fuck, dude. I can buy that you're that dude's son. It was just that good, and the action in this movie was
Yeah.
fantastic. Part of the reason why the action was so fantastic in this movie is because there's no CGI. They're actually in real F-15s, F-18s, yeah, and F-22s. You know, the Tom Cruise wanted that. He was like, I'm not doing it if we're doing CGI. Yeah, and also one of the things that, as Griff said, you know, it took almost 40 years for the sequel to be made, is because Tom Cruise had gone through several drafts and he didn't like the script. He wanted it to be as perfect as possible. And for me, yeah, man, it's a 10 out of 10 easily.
Yeah, he nailed it. It's Tom Cruise's biggest opening movie. And on the note about the planes, they are able to use these planes. However, one condition, they're not allowed to touch the controls of the plane,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which I thought was just pretty funny. But it's Tom Cruise's biggest opening movie, which is very surprising when I read it. But after seeing the movie, it's not much of a surprise. You guys really need to get out there and go watch it if you haven't already. It's a great movie.
I agree, guys. If you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, please, man, go watch it. I mean, it's just I had a really fun time. I'm serious. I can't. I don't. Griffin knows. I don't say this about a lot of movies. It is a perfect movie. It was great fun, great adventure. Jennifer Connelly looks fantastic in this movie. I love her character. There's a point to her character too. She's not just in there to be the love interest. And Tom Cruise, man, damn it, the dude's pushing what, 60?
I think he's over 60 at this point. How old is he?
Damn it, dude. I want to look like that when I get 60. Shit.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is 59. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to his credit, I mean, the guy doesn't drink, he doesn't stay out late, he exercises, doesn't smoke, so it works, man.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's it on my part, unless Griff wants to add anything else.
That's all for me. It was a great movie. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a comment down below what movie the sequel was better than the original.
Oh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys, take care.